we're
Yes.
preparing to go live. Hi, welcome. It's so
Hi.
nice to have you on the show. I think this is the first time
Thank you
when
for
we'll be
inviting.
having a nice
Yeah.
long chat. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was actually incidentally I came in contact with you because of Apeksha, and
Yeah.
she knew about your work. But
Yes.
even my interests have been very similar to what you're doing, and I would love to know more. So, um, Devyani Pawar here, she is a founder and a visionary. She has founded the Essential Greens. And Devyani, can you tell us something a little bit more about Essential Greens and what you do?
Yeah. So, hi. Thank you for inviting, and I love your concept of urbanize. It's amazing. Um, and to start off with,
Thanks.
essential greens is something which a concept which I saw my mom, my sister growing vegetables at the backyard and how they were useful during this pandemic. That really meant a lot for me, and that's how the concept came into picture. Sohan, can you hear me? Just allow us a second.
Hello?
Yeah, I think your network.
Good.
Hello.
Audio. Can you see?
Mm.
Hello.
Hello. Your
Yeah,
voice is
yeah.
breaking a little. Yeah, because of the network.
Is it?
Yeah,
Just give
yeah,
me a moment.
yeah.
Check in. Am I clear now?
Yes, yes, much better. Yeah.
Devyani, I can't see your video actually. So
Um,
yes, now I can.
yeah. Can you? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, now I can. Now I can.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So let's start. So kitchen garden, the essential greens is something which like a kitchen garden kit what we give to urban cities. And the
Okay.
idea came up looking at my mother's and my sister's backyard kitchen garden and how it really helped us during the COVID time. And I thought, why not everyone can have such experience because it is very enriching to have a kind of kitchen garden at home where your kids can involve into it. It's a fun activity for adults,
Right.
and it's an amazing feeling when you grow your own supply of vegetables, even if it is
It
tiny
is. It
portion,
is.
but it gives that happiness, like along with the local supplies. It really brings out the happiness, and yeah, in these unprecedented times it is something which is very important for everyone to adapt. At least some part of the supply could be from your home, let's say chilies,
Correct.
tomatoes, herbs. Yeah, so
Correct.
that's
Correct.
how
Easy
the
to grow.
concept
Easy to
came.
grow gardens. Very
Correct.
nice.
Yeah.
Very very
Yeah.
interesting. In fact, we had a talk with Vicky about a month ago, and we were talking
Yeah.
about how just garlic is if you keep it in the fridge, then you have to go make a round for new garlic, and if you keep it in
Yeah.
a pot, then it's going to grow, and then you'll have your own garlic.
Yeah.
So creating a kitchen like that, it's a very interesting thing. And with lockdown, I think people have had more time to get to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has started growing now, so it's really something that is required in current times to a little bit
Correct.
know about.
Yeah.
So, why did you choose to target the urban cities with your essential greens concept?
So in urban cities, what I notice is that when it comes to when we are living in an like a city kind of thing, and there is no space for going out or having fun, or let's say living the actual farm life, of,
Right,
let's say,
right,
for the
right,
kids also, that some of them don't know that how exactly the saplings grow or what is the process. So
right,
if what I believe is when you see it, you learn it more efficiently. And for long run, when all the kids or the adults have indulge in such activities, they'll have more importance for what farmers grow, because it's not an easy process, but it's also enriching, and it gives us that value that, yeah, what we eat is really something which is meaningful, rather than just buying it on big basket or
Yes.
anything. So, that value which it
Yes.
adds when we grow by ourselves, that is
Right.
something I wanted to depict through this concept.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Excellent. You do form a certain level of connection with your garden, with your
yeah,
plants, with your
yeah,
crop, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
yeah,
So, you have been doing this for how many years now? How long have you been doing this? What have you found in this? Actually, what has been your challenge?
yeah. So now I have been associated with the farming part of it for, let's say, 2 years, because I was been working for Agricultural Development Trust on their marketing, and setting up marketing connections in the urban cities, connecting farmers to that. So during that phase, I
Okay.
really understood that what they grow, or what farmers create for us, is truly valuable and precious. So that feeling, that importance has to come in the urban audience. So that is why I thought that, why not create a content or create something niche which everyone can experience at their home, and they can value farmers even more when they have it by themselves. So yeah, so that is something. Yeah,
Excellent. So, let's say now I have a home and I
yeah,
want it to be. So, what kind of services would you be doing? Would you be, if I wanted to be more productive, would you be coming in consulting on how I should be growing, or what do you do exactly? How do I begin?
yeah. So for the services what we provide, we have launched baskets, which has all the essential material and all essential saplings what you need. So in that there are two options. The first one is you can buy the kit and you can grow it with a DIY manual what we give. You can do it by yourself. And the second one, if you want in the beginning of the month that you're not aware of the process, we also send across consultants who will help you with the process, and then you can do it on your own. So in
Okay.
that, we provide you cocoa pit, we provide you soil, we provide you saplings, we provide you toolkits which are required, we provide you organic fertilizers, which are made from neem tail and all of that. So, it's like
Right.
you just have to place an order and everything is with you. So that's what we have created.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah,
That's excellent. Yeah. This even this point that you mentioned that we should somewhere feel how difficult it is for the farmers to grow it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I've been growing since the past some time, and I have this Italian basil,
yeah,
and I don't know, every time something new starts cropping up with my crop. Like every time I fix one scene, something else is the problem, then something else, then something else. So
yeah,
I'm actually running around a lot. And then, though it's been an amazing journey, to knowing more
yeah,
about it's not really as easy as just throwing some seeds
yeah,
and growing.
yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of activity involved, and it's kind of a very me time as well. It's very therapeutic
Correct.
when I'm
Yeah,
watering the garden. It's like initially you're
yeah.
rushing through it, but then uh, you get used to
And every day
chilling.
you're excited. The next day you're excited that where has, like, how much my sapling has
Right,
grown. So like that
right, right.
excitement is there for you. Yeah, and I would like to add to this that in our products, generally what we have seen is everyone gives seeds, but here we are giving you a full-grown sapling. So the seed germination
Okay,
process is something which is very crucial,
is the
and you
biggest headache.
bypass
Yeah,
that. Yeah, you bypass
nice.
that and you get the sapling.
Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah,
So, I would say about a month and a half towards harvest
yeah,
from when um, we plant whatever you have
hmm.
as the kitchen garden. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah,
So, what way is this? What is the main takeaway for children and adults, basically? I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about, you spoke about some points with children and how they get to learn something. They get to, by doing
Yeah.
it is the best way to learning it. Is you can't really
Correct.
theorize about it. And growing is one thing which you're working with dirt, earth, and it feels
Yeah.
amazing to get your hands
Yeah.
dirty once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, children, I know they'll have a lovely time with the home
Yeah.
garden, getting to know,
Yeah.
to learn about new plants. And what is the takeaway for adults? How does what what have you seen? What are the changes you've seen in adults?
In adults, what I've seen is that in this social media world, and a lot of pressure is piling up on us because of the COVID, or even if it wasn't COVID, everyone is stuck in their lives. And when it comes
Right.
to a Sunday therapeutic treatment, or Saturday, we just lie around and watch Netflix. But when we indulge in such activities, it truly gives joy and happiness. If you can try, of course you must have tried it, but like if others try it out, that feeling
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
It's very
And that's
fulfilling.
what
It's very fulfilling.
is very, very fulfilling. And you kind of connect to yourself when you're trying to do something like this. and uh,
Yes.
and it's always healthy and nourishing to have your own home garden. And I was reading this book called Ikigai from Japanese, and the
Uh-huh.
the secret for long
Oh,
life is, yeah.
I've read it. I've read it. It's a small blue book, right? Oh,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
read Ikigai. Yes. Oh,
yeah.
yes. They
So
consider
this,
farming therapeutic.
yeah, and the
Uh,
secret for long life is farming, your backyard kitchens, and living happy life, disconnected, thoroughly enjoying the sense of being aware of the activities which are happening around you, not just only, focusing on the digital part of it, or you just
correct.
going on Netflix or Amazon, but just living the moment. And I think during these times, during COVID, we have noticed that importance, of being outside, of or connecting to nature. So that is
Right.
something which is really shook everyone. And I think I think after COVID also, I think people will continue doing this activity, because it's been now 6 months in this time. So yeah,
Yeah, I know, I know. And it's been a good break for people even to stop what
correct.
they were doing just to take a look at what's happening
Yeah,
and, just some reevaluate certain choices. That's a
yeah,
lot of that I did actually this this
yeah,
lockdown. And it was a lot of fun. Actually, lockdown is when I started planting my own stuff.
oh,
And when I saw that methi grows in what, a week, and we
yeah,
could harvest, make our own parathas
yeah,
and the sabji and everything.
yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing. We
That's
fully
amazing. Yeah.
felt every bite of the fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You get that
how
childlike feeling when you do that. Yeah. Not about the
fully,
children.
fully that you
Yeah, you
grew
get
it,
that
and
child. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know.
And we are very
Fully,
excited to
fully.
post about it,
So,
that yeah, like it's grown this much and it's homegrown and all of that. So yeah.
yes, 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 yes. So it's amazing. It's easy as well. It's interesting as well, but it's
Yeah.
difficult as well, and
Yeah.
it's a task as well. So
Yeah.
it's one of the things that I'm really, really enjoying nowadays. Now I got like a little place near Khadakwasa where I
Yeah.
am now growing a lot of my own veggies. My target is to
Amazing.
be completely sufficient for vegetables by three
Yeah.
months, in 3 to 4
Yeah.
months. So,
Amazing. That's
so
amazing.
why, in fact, um, do you know why people nowadays? I'm meeting so many people who are interested in having a home garden or having like
Yeah.
something, a more deeper connect with your garden than an aesthetic approach. So have some medicinal herbs growing there, have some
Yeah.
condiments growing there, have some
Correct.
vegetables growing there. So what what should people know when they begin such a project? What should how much space do they require, how much
Mm.
knowledge do they require, and how to
Mm.
go about it, how to go about setting up my own home garden.
So honestly, for the knowledge part, when they associate with us, we are giving out entire information and we'll be there online for helping them throughout the journey. So it's okay if you have absolutely zero knowledge about home gardening initially. And
Okay.
when you talk about the space, the kits what we have designed are something which can be placed in the balconies, and there is this small kid, there is big kid, so it's very flexible, and I have converted into pots, the pots what we can keep, so you can distribute it around the house, so space won't be an issue for anyone to
Okay.
start off their own garden, and they can start
Okay.
small and later on build it up as they indulge in the process.
Start loving it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so that is it.
Okay, okay. And say, so what are some fast growing plants that I could indulge in? Like right off the bat, if I want to try growing something at home, some veggies that I could just grow at home. What are the like
Yeah.
4, 5 veggies which I can easily grow in smaller spaces, maybe a pot or
Hmm.
maybe a smaller kits?
So smaller spaces, I would recommend that you grow the essentials. Let's say tomatoes, chilies. Then you can grow cabbage, red cabbage. Then
Right.
you can have broccoli. So broccoli also grows very well. So you can have those, and then you can have a combination of herbs set over there, and then eventually go out to the ones which need kind of support and all. So
Okay.
yeah, the climbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does tomato also need support, or tomato is okay
Yeah,
that way?
tomato needs support, but is like just the inserting
It's
the
still
sticks.
okay. You can just hang
Yeah,
it.
that's
Correct.
still okay. Yeah,
Not very
but they grow
elaborate.
well. Yeah, they grow well. Yeah,
Nice, nice. So,
yeah.
and what about composting? How,
Composting.
yes, composting. How frequently should you be adding compost? How can you be converting your home kitchen waste efficiently into good compost, or any such good practices? Actually, do you have any ideas on that?
Yeah. So now, as you said, we are going to launch videos, the DIY videos of how to create a compost, how to use coco peat. So in that
Amazing.
also, what we are going to do is we are going to show that the leftover, the vegetables or whatever is there, how you can entirely convert into to a compost and use it for your garden, and
Right.
how efficiently you can use it in small amounts, because at in flat and all of that you can't really build up too much. So that is it.
Right.
And also, if people don't want to do that, we are giving compost also. So yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
we'll
And
be
my
making
uncle
it
did
and giving it.
something really cool. You know, he took like a dabba of paint,
Yeah,
like 20-liter dabba of paint, and then he put it into another 20-liter dabba of paint, right?
yeah,
So there was this gap created, and he put holes in the top ka dabba,
yeah. It's
and he
very easy.
put
Yeah,
his green waste there, and then
yeah,
all the water seeps down into the bottom dabba, and he has attached a tap in there. He takes
yeah,
the water from there and just pours it across. It's
yeah,
next
yeah.
level.
That's it. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
experiencing really good
yeah.
effects from that itself.
Correct. Yeah,
So nice one, nice one. So
yeah.
basically, if uh, compost takes time to make
Hmm.
in small batches, do you see societies maybe going for a community compost pit?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
there's so
It's
many
a great
spaces
idea.
in societies and in terraces
Hmm.
and everywhere around where these grow boxes can be utilized. Maybe the wet
Yeah,
waste of the society can also be utilized in
yeah,
these
yeah,
places.
yeah.
And where do you see societies going? Do you see societies going this way?
I have seen a lot of examples who have already begun this kind of work. I have seen it in my
Okay,
society where they are doing community composting and
amazing.
using their space to do something great. So I think if there could be community home gardening in that, which could be done along with the composting, it is nothing like it. Where let's say at a price or something, community, the main office sells it at something. So, buying what you actually
Okay.
see. So that also could be a
Wow.
great idea. Yeah.
Wow, wow. It's a good way to integrate back into
Correct. Yeah.
that cycle. Basically,
Yeah.
take it from your waste, make compost, and then make something
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can use. So
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
society becomes independent. Wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a
Yeah. So
nice one.
like you
So
you you build your compost, you do homegrown vegetables at the backyard, and you just create a market of your own, because there are a lot of spaces available in the societies, and it could be utilized in such manner.
okay,
I've
nice,
I've
nice.
seen it in UK. Like I've seen it a lot in UK and all, where like I've seen it in Jamie Oliver videos when he just he's in his garden and he just plucks out fresh vegetables from the garden and
Wow,
he starts cooking it. Yeah. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
nice, nice. So you saw it in UK. Have you? Were you studying there?
Yeah. I was studying there. I was there for 2 years. Yeah.
What have you studied?
I have done MBA in international marketing from there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes.
how did your love for agriculture start?
So my family is into agriculture, and honestly, I'm an immature in front of them. All of
Okay,
them are pros in agriculture. My father, my mom, my sisters, my uncle, all of
right.
them are into that. And looking around, I thought, why not start something tiny, not as great as them, but something tiny which will, give or cater to the services. So yeah. So that's like since the childhood, I've seen my grandfather, contributing to agriculture. He was the first one to get drip irrigation in India. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of motivation which comes around from
Right,
my
right.
family.
From your
Yeah,
family, there's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
inspiration in your family.
yeah,
Really nice. So, I would really say that since about the last 6 months, right? I have started experiencing shift in people's attitudes
mm,
towards growing your own food or even having organic, basically
yeah,
having more organic. So, what is exactly organic food? What are the rights? Are there true sources of organic food here? And what is the best way that you could go for or find organic food basically in the market?
yeah. So there is a difference between organic and residue free. We generally don't get organic because the land has to be chemical free for certain years. So
Okay.
it's very difficult to get organic, but residue free, where the residue, the chemicals what are there on the plant are completely eradicated before the supply. So that is something which is named, kind of, people know it as organic in our cities, and
Okay.
that is also a healthy kind of eating. So whenever you go, you can ask for a residue free certification and all. So yeah, and in the European markets and the UK markets, residue free is something what sells. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So it's
yeah,
residue free and not
it's
really
called as
organic is
no,
not the
yeah,
word we are looking for.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay. So there's a residue free certificate that you can ask for.
Yeah, there is this MRL report what you get, which has been tested at UV lab in Pune and all. So that really shows you the chemicals and all of that. And if it passes, it's completely residue free. It does not have any chemicals on it. So that's very good for you to consume. It's in fact healthier than any organic material or organic produce you want to have. So that is something
Oh.
I would recommend. Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
because
So,
the chemicals are something which really harm us, and these produce which are residue free don't have any of that. So yeah,
right, right. So,
yeah,
how do you come about these residue? Who do you ask this certificate to? Because I get my sabji from a vendor, and I
yeah.
don't think he keeps any certificates.
No, now the whole system, it's actually very trending, and it's used in the trade where it goes to European or UK markets, or let's say US. But I don't think so. It's really applied in the local market. Um, but like if you go to any supermarket and if they have claimed to be residue free on their packages, then you can call them and
Okay.
ask for this
Okay, okay, okay,
certification.
okay. So
Yeah,
packaged
the package.
products is what
Yeah,
we do. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay. Interesting,
yeah.
interesting. So that's amazing. So tell us. I wanted to know actually since a long time. Um, how would basically do you know about Subhash Palekar and his method of agriculture?
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
is it the zero budget
yeah,
farming? Have you heard
right.
about it? Have you heard
I
about?
have just heard about it, like the name. Yeah,
Okay. Do you know
yeah,
what it entails? So basically, let's say I have a patch of um, land where I want to grow some vegetables. So if I
yeah,
grow tomatoes on the whole patch,
yeah.
then maybe tomato requires only one type of nutrient. So it's
Hmm.
going to eat that nutrient from the soil. So
Yeah,
maybe have a mix of
correct. Yeah,
vegetables there
yeah, yeah,
which are giving each other nutrients and are able to sustain by themselves. So
yeah,
basically that is the idea
yeah.
behind it, or that is the
Hmm.
thought process behind it.
Yeah.
So
That's in fact
what do you
that's in fact something which these patterns are also followed by farmers when they are planning their crops and yield, so that they get multiple outcomes out of their piece of land, and they grow various products on it. So yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's something that the farmers are already doing everywhere to get multiple produce out of there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. And you have found it to be helpful. You have found it
It's
works.
good. It's good. Even my father, right now, in between mango trees, he's planted mango trees. So he has planted turmeric in
Okay.
all the sections. So that's how he's multi-managing things.
Right,
When
right, right.
you have space, so you utilize it for various plants according to the nutrients and all of that. So I've seen it a lot. What people do generally, yeah.
Okay, okay. And so, would you like tell me what do you think is the future for farming?
The future for farming is the DNA and the core of India. And
Right, right,
when it comes to the awareness about our homegrown produce, the more people will start getting understanding the whole factor, the more value is going to build to the whole ecosystem what is there, and we are going to truly cherish agriculture personally.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It is. It does feel like people are moving towards it. I'm
yeah.
uh, definitely seeing a shift since 2 years to right now,
And people
and
are going to demand for, let's say you said organic or residue free. So people are going to be very cautious when they buy, and they are going to, uh, pay for actually the quality product than just going for, something which is cheap or anything like that. So I think there's going to be sense of awareness and, the conscience, where people think a lot before buying, and, selectively buying produce, and trying to, I
right,
think they will also kind of support farmers in some or the other way, by not bargaining or, doing stuff which will affect them. So I think the awareness and consciousness
right,
is something which is going to interlink the urban and the rural audience. I hope that happens. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So very, very, very interesting point you mentioned there.
Yeah.
Not bargaining. So not bargaining with the farmers is like, oh man, it's like 101, which I don't really understand why people do it. But
Exactly.
very
Because you pay for
simply
the
put,
products. Yeah. You pay for the products in Sephora for full price, where it is 4,000 rupees, 6,000 rupees. But when it comes to buying a produce, you want to bargain. When you don't know the hardships what the farmers have faced, or what kind
correct,
of, there
right,
are these middlemen who cut out the percentage from them. So you never know
right,
the story and the hardships what they face. So I don't recommend you, kind of go for bargaining with them or asking for discounts. You should
Yeah,
really value the produce what they get to you, because they have
yeah.
got it for you with a lot of hurdles which have come in their way. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a few years ago. I'm telling you, I went with my mom for some random chores, and she had given like a food mixer grinder for repair, right? So we go to the repair shop. I go in, and then I look at the bill, and he's changed like one valve, and he's charged like 600 bucks,
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, here. Mom's like, yeah, done, 600 bucks. I got my mixie bag, grinder bag. We're on our way home. We stopped next to a banana vendor, and we stopped. We
yeah,
were like a dozen of bananas, and he's like 24 bucks, and my mom is like, no, 22 bucks. I'm like, dude, you just paid
yeah,
600 for something really stupid. Come on, just let
yeah,
it go.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's something that is inborn. I think it's naturally, it's
yeah,
very natural to us people
yeah,
to bargain on everything, and
yeah.
it's not a fair concept, mainly also because of the second point you mentioned, that many
Mm.
times it's not the farmer that is actually seeing the complete benefit of his produce.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
usually the vendor who is taking it from the farmer, and then
Hmm.
the price
Yeah,
hike that the vendors are doing, maybe the farmers are not even seeing
yeah,
any of that
yeah.
added
Mm.
um
That's really happening.
advantage.
Yeah.
So is there something to connect the farmers directly to people?
Yeah, so we are trying to do that. We are coming up with
Oh,
something which,
excellent,
yeah,
nice.
so we are looking at that. So we, after the home kitchen gardens, we might just come up with something which will directly interlink you to the rural audience. So yeah, rural farmers, and you will understand from where your produce has come or all of that. We are really trying to do that. Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. So,
yeah,
just have to have the logistics started for you, and then it's on.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's that's actually you will be doing something really good for the farmers out there by if you are able to do that,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's really going to help them get exposed to the urban market, which
Correct. Yeah,
they need to right now, or they
yeah,
really get a nice link to it. So
yeah.
that sounds really cool. I would love to sign up for this
For sure.
annual membership if there was anyone. If I'm getting my produce from the farmers straight.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So we are trying to see where you can trace your products back to the farmer or something like that. So we are just working on it. Hopefully, it will come up soon. Yeah.
oh,
So that is
nice,
there.
nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice, amazing.
yeah.
So
And when I said about the bargaining part of it, I was coming from why the whole point of homegrown kitchen garden kits is that you understand the value, as I said in the beginning, that
yes,
you won't bargain after you know how the process is of growing it and what kind of feelings are there. So the second time you go and when you have your own home garden, I don't think so you will bargain again with anyone, like any vendor out
I know.
there. Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that's so true. That is so true.
yeah,
Um, after you get tired of it and don't want to do it ever again, then you can spend, take
yeah,
some extra. So nice, nice. So
yeah.
again, this coming back to my question, if mm, we are connecting the farmers with your urban people,
Hmm.
because there is a lack of exposure. So what exactly, apart from this, are um, some issues that the farmers are going through?
The most important issue what they are going through is that they don't have any linkage to the urban market. There are a lot of traders and middlemen who seek out, let's say, 8% or 10% of the commission in between. So, and these people really, they just want to sell out what they've made because it's a perishable item, and it has to quickly go to the market, otherwise it's a loss for the farmers. So
Right,
trying
right.
to break that chain and trying to reach to the urban audience with having that kind of market linkage is not there. And honestly, the farmers are really good with their practices, agriculture practices. But when it comes to linkages or marketing their products, that's not their forte. And here,
Right.
what, yeah, yeah. So here, if they get that kind of practices, they get and that kind of platform, they'll be really happy about it where they link, because the urban audience is willing to pay at some moment, like if they get a great produce. But the farmers are not really having that exposure to reach out over there. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Although some of the great, like there are a lot of people like Sayadri Agro and a lot of them who have taken up the initiative of reaching out, and hopefully everyone gets successful in that, so that that gap is reduced between the urban and the rural. Yeah.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow! This is a very interesting niche you have been working with, and sorting out farmers is, I think, it's a very interesting deed that you have taken, or interesting cause that
Mm.
you have taken, because right now
Yeah.
we are heavily dependent on consumption from everywhere. So
Yeah.
do you think everyone pulling a little bit of their own weight in terms
Mm.
of growing will lessen the burden also that we are putting on one segment of like the farmers, let's say, or the
Mm.
amount of produce that they have to take out
Mm.
of a single piece of land, sometimes
Mm.
overproducing, sometimes trying to
Mm.
put on more and trying to get in more yield.
Yeah.
um, is it wouldn't it be nice just to take the load off if you
Mm.
just start growing something at your own house, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a great idea. The demand is never going to reduce for the farmers, but yeah, like it will be a great idea for, I think, on the urban part of it, more than the farmers. It will be less of a pressure for urban audience to go and seek out last moment. If you need chilies or something, you just pluck it and use it in your
Correct.
yeah. So that way it's like kind of hassle free for the urban audience to do that. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
actually, yeah, now I've been having a little bit of kada every morning with brahmi
Yeah.
leaves and
Yeah.
ajwain sometimes, and I throw in some basil and lemongrass, and just
Yeah.
enjoying my garden nowadays. And now in lockdown, I happen to be locked down in a friend's house in
Yeah.
Lavasa,
Wow.
and we were there. The lockdown was for 3 days, and then it went to 2 weeks, and then it went to 3 months, and then it was 3 months, and we are still there, and we
Yeah.
have changes of 2 days, because we had only packed for 2 days. And you're like, okay, let's just stay here and not go back. So
Yeah.
that is where I really started first enjoying having my own garden and having my own mix of herbs to just
Yeah.
have tea in the morning and
Yeah.
go on with it. So I have been dabbling a lot into Vedas, and
Yeah.
um, I have been reading up on them. I've been doing Ayurveda, which is also one intense incentive for me to get into plants, because when I realized, whoa, they can be used for so many different things, and it's not
Yeah.
just a diet, it's like
Yeah.
with plants, it's like a lifestyle thing. So,
Yeah.
diet, yes, food, yes, but even if you want medicine, you can go to some plant. If you want a specific something, throat, cough, here, that, like
Yeah. You
sinus
could just
issues,
pluck it
you
and
can
yeah.
just go to a plant. If you have any skin ailment, there are plants which you can use in, topically to
Yeah.
reduce that. For your diet, you can use it for
Yeah.
anything that you want. Haldi and all, people are using it for their face glow,
Yeah.
and everywhere as an
Yeah.
antiseptic and as
Yeah.
Dhanmanjana. We don't really realize it, how much we are actually dependent on plants, and how much we are actually using plant-based
Correct. Yeah.
products in our
Yeah.
day-to-day lives
Yeah. Yeah.
um, to such a level first. So um, knowing about trees is, I think, one of the life skills that you should be having. Like just few
Correct.
plants
Yeah.
that you should be
Yeah.
knowing what they do,
Yeah.
how they are going to benefit you nutritionally, maybe tomorrow medicinally, maybe
Hmm.
other day for something
Yeah.
else. But
Yeah.
there are so many properties that actually brought me towards this planting and starting
Yeah.
to plant trees. So I went to a nearby hill and I planted like 14, 15 trees there.
Yeah.
And when I went there to plant trees, is when um, the guy who lives right at the foothills of the that hill came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Where are you going?" He's like, "Nah, I just want to go plant trees."
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
saw the trees. He's like, he got so excited. He came out. He got his own tools. He got two
Yeah.
people. He all joined. They all joined.
Yeah.
So basically, this guy in Panchavati has
Yeah.
planted about 40,000 trees just by himself. Over the
Wow.
past 8 years, he has been planting trees and
Yeah.
different kinds of trees. So he recognized all the trees that even I got there, because I got some local, medicinal fruiting trees, this trees. So even um, uh,
So that's a
everything.
very good
Uh,
process, you know. Yeah, and you should contribute and give back to the nature. You know, we've
yes, yes,
yeah, we
I
have to
feel
give
so.
back. Yeah.
It's a part. It's just you completing that cycle. It's just that
Correct. Yeah.
you are giving something to that plant and then consuming it and then giving it and then consuming it, so you fit yourself
Yeah.
into what's happening, or the system of life, instead of just
Yeah.
coming out there, flattening a piece, putting a house
Yeah.
in there, spraying some AC and going towards consumption. So
Yeah.
it's nice, as I have been. This is one of the ways that I have been again following this cycle of
Hmm.
giving back,
Yeah.
constantly giving back, and then enjoying and giving back and
I
enjoying.
think everyone should
That,
adapt to that. Everyone should, contribute in a smaller way, where whichever thing is possible. You know, it's an amazing thing to do.
right, right,
Yeah.
and collectively, even if you think about it, like from me, to some extent, yes, I am contributing to certain
Mm.
waste being generated.
Yeah.
Even as a person, I am contributing to it. So just mindfully, if I'm able to um, channelize whatever waste I'm creating into the right.
Mm.
So let's say one of my friends had a really, really good idea. It's
Mm.
not just why home gardens today are more important in societies is because of the amount of wet waste and the
Yeah.
pattas that come
Mm.
in throughout the societies, throughout
Mm.
all these streets and everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the literally the government is spending a lot of money to clear it out and to get it to other places. But
Mm-hmm.
if an efficient system is set where these leaves are required by the own society, by that
Correct. Yeah.
society itself, to make compost or to make something,
Mm.
then they are actually contributing towards a really big problem. They're contributing
Correct.
towards a really big expenditure of a government which is being done for no reason
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
It's it's just this green waste which is actually quite important. We don't know
Yeah.
what is happening, so it's just going and we are paying for it to be taken away when actually it is value
Very
addition to,
useful. Yeah. Yeah.
it's quite useful to us. So these are the kind of
Mm.
thought processes maybe a society should have in order to make
Yeah. Yeah.
certain. So as a person, it's this giving back, this creating of waste, I should be cutting at the root. So even in my house, I should be able to segregate maybe kapde ka waste,
Mm. Yeah.
batteries,
Yeah.
everything, because we all put it into dry waste and wet waste. And
Yeah.
at our houses is where this thing starts. So all your wet waste is being collected, wet waste, and becomes a big pile of wet waste, and all your dry waste is collected and becomes a big pile of
Yeah.
dry waste next to
Yeah.
Khadakwasla.
Yeah.
Straight.
So it's like sustainable living is very important right now. Even the way you mentioned about clothes. So maybe like on your birthday, or whenever you want to throw away those clothes, you can actually donate it to someone in need, or like try to create an ecosystem where it's beneficial for others.
Yes.
If you have any books or items which could be given, which could be donated, we can just give out to that, because you never know what it means to that other person. So in a way, we are changing
Correct.
lives in a smaller manner. So not about just homegrown, but about various aspects of life. We can do that. Yeah.
Correct. So that again, this feeling of it's about giving back. It is
Correct.
about giving back. So,
Yeah.
if you're a part of the society, might as well be a value addition to the society
Correct.
in
Yeah.
however you can.
Yeah.
If you're benefiting from being in the society, so that's a really nice thought there. Devani, it was something that was in my mind for a long time, that it's not just uh, you eating right, it is also about giving back. It's about giving back to
Yeah.
the plants, giving back to the society, giving back to
Yeah.
someone, making sure. And the trees that we plant and end of the day, at least my parents and my grandparents had figured it out, that the trees that they planted were not for them, it's for us.
It's for you.
So
Yeah.
we should be doing something. Right.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they did something right. I mean, living in the city, I'm loving Pune so much because there's a hill and there's trees, and
Yeah.
people are generally quite aware here, quite
Yeah.
aware of their trees. They like their nature walks, they like their hill walks. And uh, there's a person I met in Baner Hill who has planted over a lakh trees there of
Wow.
Ayurvedic nature, and they're
Yeah.
planting these trees every
Mm.
weekend. So there's monsoon, no, there's a massive irrigation
Yeah.
system up there. So definitely turning to the green is a major life skill which you should be
Yeah.
learning. Everyone should be
Yeah.
learning
Yeah.
from Devyani here. She's she teaches a
More
lot.
than me, yeah, more than me, my family, like my uncle, Raju uncle, and all of them, they have been contributing since a very long time, since 10 years, to the entire agricultural system. They have supported so many farmers. Till now, there have been lakhs of farmers who come to his facility for training. And then there is my father, who has outside our house, he's every month he plants around 100 200. Then right now he's done 1,000 trees plantation on his own. So there are
Wow.
so many people who are doing it around me, and I want to kind of in a small manner do it that way. So they are a greater inspiration for me. Yeah, so it drives out a lot of inspiration. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Devani. It is damn cool. It was damn cool talking to you. I have so many ideas now, actually, to even start with my 5 plants that I'm going to plant. And I have
Yeah.
obviously been feeling these connections with the plants, which is why one more reason I had spoke to you. But how would I get in? How would people get in touch with you? How do they come to you for maybe a large kit or a small kit? How
Yeah.
much would it be
So we
costing?
are we are coming up with a website. We'll be launching it on 26th this month. And also, if they want to order the kits or they want any customized solutions for their home gardens, they can follow our Instagram page, The Essential Greens, and they can DM us, and we'll get in touch with you for that.
Yes, cool. I love
Yeah.
your page, by the way. I really liked your
Thank
page.
you.
The way
Thank
you
you.
put everything is next level. I really think it is the future, is going somewhere. And you have been doing really good work in it, bridging farmers to the urban people, and making the urban people more aware. I mean, best of luck. I'm going to be associated with you
Thank
so
you.
much more.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
keen.
so much. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
See you. Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Same here. Bye.